intro video. What's going on, Trojan fans? Welcome back to a live episode of the Live Discourse podcast. Apparently, I forgot the intro, so it's fine. So we're just going to hop right into it. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys, and go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. But while we get to this here, we got the three of us today. Bro might show up a little bit later here, but we got Mr. B Jones in the center. How's it going, B Jones?
Fight on.
All right, and we have Guns to the far right. How's it going, Guns?
Doing good. Fight on.
It's a good weekend. It's a little hot out here in Minnesota, but we got some heat warnings, but it's not too bad out here. But this week, I mean, we have some news. We have some recruiting updates, but for the most part, it's still fairly light besides of what just happened recently with Luke Welful here. We'll talk about that. We got some official visits updates from Guns here. But first off, let's go ahead and give a shout out to Madden Reardon. Happy birthday to you, and you're on your official visit. I don't know if you guys saw his video here when they were doing his little hype up before he goes through the curtains here, but it was a great video to see, and shout out to his dad as well. So yeah, happy birthday, Matt.
Yes, sir.
Happy birthday.
How old is he? Did he just turn 17?
I'm not
So.
17, 18.
All right.
Senior.
And do we want to talk about official visits, or do we want to go into the Luke Welful battle that we just won in the fourth quarter?
Let's go over Waffle.
All right. So USC finally wins something in the fourth quarter this year. We won at the last second here. Luke Welful from New Jersey, edge, number 52 in the nation right now, at least according to like either 247 or on 3. Luke Welful, literally one of the fastest rising defense or edge rushers that came out. He wasn't really on too many people's radars until he jumped like 300 spots or something like that. Like, I don't know how it happened, and I kind of made a comment about how he just kind of jumped out of nowhere. But if you haven't seen his highlights, the dude is a freight train. Like, don't be in front of him, or he's just gonna go right through you. Like, the dude is legit. He's one of the most plug and play edge rushers I've seen in this class, and probably better than some of the ones that just recently committed today. But we might throw some shots a little bit later today. But yeah, so what are you guys' thoughts about this last second win for Luke Welful? B Jones?
Like I said in the previous show, man, I said if we make this happen, it will be a power move and a statement. And so a statement was made, man. That put everybody being college football on notice, man. So yeah, so if you see USC and your recruits top 3 or 5, or you could even feel like you have the lead, but USC is always going to be in it, man. You should be shaking in your boots because we mean business over here. So
yep. What about you, Guns?
Yeah, I mean it's a big time win. We were looking for that last edge spot, so I'm glad we got him and secured him. I think at the end of the day, I was just happy that we just kept pushing, right? Like, if he did pick Ohio State, I was gonna be okay with it because just we didn't back down and we just kept going after it. And the last thing I'm just gonna say is the Ohio State fans that are crying about this situation. I mean, you guys started this, to be honest, right? If you guys didn't just let us get his commitment on Monday, we wouldn't have gone into this NIL battle. So, just blame yourself. And truly, at the end of the day, he wanted to be a Trojan. So,
yeah. And it just kind of speaks volumes to where USC is now than they were a year ago when we started going full in on NIL. The fact that we stood toe-to-toe with Ohio State, who put apparently $20 million last year in NIL, to the point where we are able to just kind of easily I don't know if it was easy, but Chad Bowden literally just like, you know what, fine, we'll up it. And he just went in there and just said, hey, come to USC. And at this point, like, it doesn't feel like much teams can really compete with us if we really want the player. If we want the player, we have the NIL to back it up. So.
Absolutely, yeah. Ever since Jakeem Stewart, NIL, we really haven't, I would say, lost much due to NIL. You know, maybe some of the recruits, NIL isn't their be all end all, right? But if that's one of the main parts, we're definitely going to be always in it with any kid. So, yeah, it's a new era over here in the West Coast. So
yeah, and Jakeem actually he actually stated that the moment I committed to USC, things were going to change, and he was not wrong. Ever since, like what you were saying, Guns, that our NIL went out to Jakeem, we just kind of never looked back. We never took our foot off the pedal when it came to NIL.
I'll tell you what, Jakeem's commitment was putting the Trojan family on notice. And I feel like this one, with Welful, put the rest of college football on notice.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You guys say that?
It was funny because I don't know if you guys were in the chat, the YouTube chat for Luke Welful, and there was this Ohio State guy. I think he was an Ohio State guy. He's like, "Oh yeah, he's just a 4-star." Like, bro, your team was just trying to get him with NIL. So, like, I don't get why you're kind of throwing out these kind of stupid little jabs, because literally your team was going after Luke Welful with NIL, and you're like, "Oh, he's just a 4-star." Shut up! Like, really, you're just a little bitter that USC was able to stuff you in the locker, I guess you could say, or dunk on you like Scott Schrader says.
Well, listen, man, if they're crying now, it's only going to get worse for them. Like I mentioned to you guys earlier, man.
Absolutely.
If we have the season that we think that we're going to have, that's over here, which I think we're going to be surprising a lot of folks. We're going to be winning a lot of games this year. It's a wrap for the rest of college football, because we still have donors that are in the wait and see mode, and not just donors, just brands here in Los Angeles that are still in the wait and see. If we get good and we're making noise, people are going to want to be a part of what's going on over here.
Yeah, they're going to see their money come back to them.
Exactly. Yep, branding is going to go up. You know, marketing, NIL is definitely going to skyrocket, man. So, I'm telling you, man, this is. It sounds kind of weird to say because we have the history, but this is only the beginning. As far as this new era, we're just scratching the surface for our potential.
Oh yeah, sorry guys. We're 8 minutes in, and I'm sorry, we can't really officially start until Kristen comes in. So I don't know where he's at. Kristen, come on, where are you at, my guy?
Well, DJ, beat Chris here.
Oh, yeah, B. Jenkins beat him there, so maybe he's just lurking in the background. But also, real quick, shout outs to Luke Weaver as well. Luke Weaver he announced that he's shutting down his recruitment. We all pretty much knew it was, for the most part, shut down based off our strategy. But shout out to him. And you know what's also funny when it comes to this whole shutdown situation? A lot more teams are doing it now. Like, I'm pretty sure Richard Wesley just said that he's 100% shut down, or 1,000% shut down now for his recruitment. And I'm sure Texas and Georgia and Ohio State are now doing that, having their players shut it down. So, and I'm sure Dabo Sweeney is kind of getting mad about it because he was the first one really to start doing the shutdown, the recruitment, and now people are following in USC's footsteps when it comes to that. Like, once you commit to us, you should shut it down because you need to focus on other things. But it's kind of funny that other schools are starting to follow in our footsteps.
Yeah, I mean, it's just what it's supposed to be, right? You're making a commitment, and you have to shut it down. That's what a commitment is. But don't commit until you're ready to shut it down. But at the same time, it's like we had this other guy over here who's ready to shut it down and commit. We're gonna have to roll with him, man. So don't play around too much. We saw it last year, and we're seeing it now, man. Guys kind of getting too caught up in the recruiting game and wanting to play the game, and they end up missing out.
Yeah, and we just ended up upgrading in that position. So no skin off our backs, really. So, but let's go ahead and when it comes to that, let's go ahead and jump right into official business. Unless you guys have anything left to talk about for Luke Welful.
I'm good with Welful. So just want to give you some updates related to official visit season. Also, a couple updates. One, I would say that's not related to official visit season, but it started off. Vincent Smith, somebody that we mentioned on Wednesday that would be making his official visit this weekend. He did not make that visit, so staff will look for that final safety during the season. Brett Colajay visited during the week with Mark Bowman, and we basically made up ground. Appears to be a USC-Miami battle, but I'd say don't sleep on Georgia. It's definitely those three schools. And I don't anticipate a commitment till later in the year, but again, you just never know with us and recruiting. Jalen Lott, he received a prediction from Texas Insider to us, so that's a good thing. Pretty much Texas seems to be out of the picture. It's a USC-Oregon battle. He just is finishing up, but probably traveling home right now from the Oregon OV. And again, he'll be announcing his commitment on July 8th. And then Booby Feaster, LSU did move the needle with their official visit this weekend, so it's a USC A&M battle, like we mentioned in the past. And again, he's announcing, I'm pretty sure, July 4th. We'll definitely confirm that by next stream. But again, that 4-day stretch is going to be key. People are saying that it's going to be one or the other. It could be both, obviously, but if it's one or the other, let's say Booby commits to us, don't be surprised if Jalen goes to Oregon, right? Or vice versa, right? Booby goes to A&M, we get Jalen Lott. So that's going to be definitely a key week for that timeline. And then, like BC mentioned, Luke Weaver officially shut down his recruitment earlier today or yesterday. And then lastly, regarding the 27 recruiting class, we'll start kind of mentioning some players in the near future regarding them. That class is going to be a lot smaller than this class, right? We're expecting 35 people. This is going to be around 15, maybe 20, but definitely expect more towards that 15 number, I'd say. It's going to be a lot lower. And so got some studs out there in the 27 class, so we'll definitely make sure you guys are all updated on who's what. But it's going to be a lot tighter class, which is I think makes perfect sense. So that's really it for official visit recap and recruiting updates. And if you have any questions, as always, let us know.
So since we were looking to be more at the 35 range, which players do you think are going to be on flip notice that you think we could be going after?
I mean, truthfully, I kind of been thinking about this. I don't know if we'll get flips. I mean, maybe one or two, but I have a feeling that the staff's going to really look at late risers and stuff like that. That's just kind of my thoughts. But some flip targets, obviously Jet's out there, right? You never know with him. I mean, that's really the big one. I mean, I'm trying to think if for some reason we do not get a wide receiver, which I don't anticipate, but let's say we do not get Booby or Jalen, I think Vance or Madden are good options potentially for that. But given the fact that I do anticipate one of the wide receivers to happen, I don't think we'll get a flip from a wide receiver. There's some talks on a linebacker. I've seen some talks on that. I'm forgetting the name, but I believe he's currently committed to A&M right now. And there's some murmurs that he might decommit. So I don't know if you would consider that a flip, but watch out for that one. Yeah, I'd just say really Jet and the two wide receivers from Cali right now. I'd say are flip options, but that's dependent on Booby or Jalen.
I just want to flip Jet just to kind of shove it in Oregon's face. So that's just me. But what about you, B. Jones?
I'm right there with you on this one, man. Jet would be my first pick if I had to pick somebody to flip. You know what I mean? That was a guy that I really wanted in this class, man. His fit and his defense is, it's pretty promising, man. So hopefully he reconsiders and realize that school that he chose is all fool's gold up there. Ain't nothing really popping up there. It's just a bunch of clothes. That's it. And gimmicks.
Also, really quick, I want to mention the fact that USC has the top three recruiters right now, with Coach Henney being the number one recruiter. I think, is that what it showed, that Coach Henney was the number one recruiter, and then right behind him is Doug Belk at number 3, and Dante is at number 2. He just got bumped down from Coach Henney. And then Zach Hansen is at number 9. Chad Savage is at 12. And who else? Rob Ryan did get moved down, but that's fine. He has 3 commits, and he has 3 great commits as well. So it's not that big of a deal. So, but yeah, other than that, like our recruiters are doing a great job. And Brian Jenkins says, hearing Khalil Terry maybe flipping to USC. I heard he might be decommitting from Texas A&M. I haven't heard.
No, this kid's a 27 kid. Yeah, he actually just decommitted from Michigan State yesterday, and he was at I think like a 7-on-7 or some event, and he was wearing some SC attire. So yeah, I mean he's I believe from Tustin, California, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so that's definitely going to be one of our targets for the 27 class. And then yes, that is the linebacker that I was kind of mentioning, where there's some murmurs. We'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, he's been a commit for A&M for a little bit actually since last year. So.
Yeah. It's going to be. Sounds like a USC-UCLA battle, so it kind of just depends. I think if USC wants to bring another one, because since there were some talks that we kind of closed shop, we'll see. He could definitely be a Trojan. So
yeah, I'd be okay if our recruiting class just shut it down right now. It like literally, I honestly don't care if we're even number 1 right now. This class is just pretty legendary right now. So. It doesn't matter, like what Chad Bowman says. It doesn't matter what number, what rank we are. We can be 15th or whatever, as long as we got the guys that we want. And and it sounds like we already have the guys that we want. We're looking for just a few more guys. But at this point, I think Chad would be plenty happy with how this is. And I guess people are saying that Lincoln Riley's floating on air. During the camps or whatever, because of just how things are going with recruiting, with everything. Like, I don't see any negatives that's been going towards USC this whole offseason. This whole offseason, it's just been positives when it came to USC football. Has there been any kind of negatives that you guys can talk about? There hasn't.
No, not really. I mean, and to your point to the Lincoln Riley, like floating in the air. I mean, there's a lot of, a lot of stuff that was taken off his plate. So like he doesn't have to fill that low. It doesn't have to be a GM, a head coach, any of that, right? He can just coach and just do his thing, talk to the players, enjoy family and stuff like that. So it's great.
Yeah, I think there was a article from Scott Schrader saying "embrace the hate" or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it used to be, where we would embrace the hate because it was just always there because USC was just constantly winning it. That's what you got to do. That's what Alabama probably has been doing for the past 10 years or so. They've just been embracing the hate because people hate teams that win.
So Trojan family, don't get too caught up arguing with these haters, man, on Twitter. Yeah. Just collect the receipts, and we're going to pop out later. Yeah. All right, don't worry about it. Let them talk. Let them sleep. Let them make their bogus list. Just trust me, we're going to be talking some noise when we prove them wrong this season.
Yeah, let them say the same old lines that they've always said for the past 10 years or past 5 years that Lincoln Riley has been at USC. Oh, he can't play defense. Let them say all that stuff because we all know that's false at this point. But other than that, just let them troll because when they're trolling USC after we're getting recruits, that means we're doing something right.
Yeah. Shout out to EV. Yeah.
What do you say? The only negative is not getting every recruit they are going after, but that's part of the game, yeah. But it just feels like we're not like the recruits that we're not getting are the recruits that we've kind of said, hey, if you don't want to join right now, move on, because we're looking to shut it down and we're turning down recruits because wasn't there a rumor about a wide receiver that was looking to flip and kind of just didn't happen because we said no? I'm pretty sure Scott Schrader said that or something like that. Someone on Twitter.
Yeah, but basically USC told them that they already had a commit in line, so.
Anthony T. James says, Yo, because I was fuming at the Ohio podcast, guys. But they preference your interview by belittling USC first in their final edit.
So E-Bugs, the guy who was actually hosting that interview that I did, make sure you guys check that out too, Ohio podcast, the interview that I did there. Where, he was actually cool.
Yeah.
You know, but his boy Chris, he's a big time hater, man. So he has faith in this, man. I can't wait till the season starts, man, because I will be all in his inbox, man. Don't worry, I got us.
And Kristen, we were trying to figure out where you were. B. Jenkins, there he is. Yeah, we were asking where you were like 15 minutes ago. Shout outs for Kristen though. Appreciate you showing up, man. I hear, guys, the show can start $5 down. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, we're about 30 minutes in, Chris.
We're 30 minutes in the pre-show. Now the real show can start.
Right.
That was the pre-show, what we just talked about. And then Walter says, Coach Lincoln Riley finally has the football structure he was promised when yeah. Like he's getting the full support from this from the front of the house. Like
and that is something that people don't understand when they talk about USC right now. They just don't know exactly how far behind we actually were. So I was going to explain to the guys over there at the Ohio podcast, but they weren't trying to hear it. They want to run with their narratives. Their narrative. So Lincoln is a horrible guy, a horrible coach, according to them. Now I will say there's definitely some things that Lincoln's going to have to show us.
Yeah,
the fan base this year. And it seems like, as far as everything that we can see right now, that he's heard the cries and he's beginning to fix those things and plans on implementing those changes. But of course, we have to wait and see.
Yeah. Well, the thing that we have always been clamoring for is for the defense. And right now with D'Anton Lynn, it really feels like he's gotten that. So, but really quick, shout outs to Anthony James for the $9 dono. Light the effing torch, fellas. Appreciate it, man. Really appreciate the support that y'all show for us. So, but yeah, it's just that's literally the one thing that kind of hurt Lincoln Riley when it came to his coaching career was defense. He's never had a good defensive coordinator until D'Anton Lynn. And granted, he only had one or two defensive coordinators when he was at Oklahoma. But it doesn't help that Alex Grinch was the worst defensive coordinator he could have ever had. Like he could have kept Bob Stoops' brother that was the defensive coordinator? when
think so.
Was it?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, so Bob Stoops' brother was even better as a defensive coordinator than Alex Grinch. So
Yeah, I feel sorry for UCF fans, man. I don't know
bro, what is Scott Frost thinking?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Does he want to get fired so quick? Fine, go for it. But yeah, it's just right now that was the biggest issue that everyone just always talks about. Even though our defense was probably our strongest part of our team last year, it's just we didn't have the right fellows on the defensive line. And even then, when we had those not the correct body size that we needed, we were still hanging in every game. Not one game did we get blown out. So, and we beat LSU, and we beat Texas A&M, SEC schools, and yet no one wants to talk about that.
Facts.
Yep.
And old school music says now all Coach Lincoln Riley has to do is go out and prove it. Yeah, just like what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
The only thing that I really feel like he needs to really prove when it comes to his coaching is just time management, clock management. And yeah, other than that, that was probably his biggest issue was this clock management of last year because there were so many moments that he just let the clock run out. But what else do we got to talk about here, guys? We can still talk about Luke Welful or just talk about NIL? Other than that, it's a pretty light week when it comes to USC news. We'll probably start diving into like spring practice or not spring practice, fall camp updates or not even updates. It's like position battles. So be on the lookout for that probably next week or so.
Oh, God.
Anthony James says, "Yo, I read on 3 article that Miller Moss's family house. Yeah, there was a video of him going back to his burned down house after the fires that happened in Los Angeles. So definitely a sad situation.
Absolutely.
So what were you going to say, Guns?
I was just gonna say, the players, they've been doing their summer training. And something I thought was cool is they've been doing the stairs outside of the stadium essentially. They got to earn that right to work out inside the stadium. So again, it's just those little things that Truman's doing with the staff and with these players, and the culture. I mean, again, he's pushing all the right buttons in my opinion. So. Just another thing that shows why this guy's a great hire for us.
Coach True's definitely instilling a new toughness culture and just accountability, and I'm really excited to see the changes when it comes to these players and the toughness that he's going to bring, especially from since he worked at K-State, who is for the most part a very tough team. They always like they don't get blown out. They're physical. They have their conditions really well. So I'm really excited for that. And shout outs to Kristen here. B Jones, don't give me a hard time. Oh yeah, I forgot about that, B Jones. Yeah, if you guys didn't watch last week, apparently B Jones didn't want us to do the live anymore after that.
Hey, listen, to my defense, man, I was streaming through my phone, all right?
Okay, Boomer.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, man.
That was fine. And I had to set up a live real quick, too. I wish they could reuse this and restart this the live stream right now. But it is what it is. P. Jones, immortal technical difficulties.
Yeah. Nah, the show starts and ends with me. All right.
It didn't even start with you.
Well, it ends with me, right?
Okay.
No, I was kidding. Shut up, Ken. I don't want to hear
it. All right. What else? So I just put in the link here. So if anyone wants to join the stream, just let us know. We can chop it up a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty light. I'm not sure
So
because this was the last week of official business, so it's going to be kind of light, kind of uh, light news when it comes to USC stuff. So
I know we don't really like to troll or talk to our haters, but
I do.
do we want to? Do we want to? No, I actually don't. I really don't. But we want to talk about the Richard Wesley situation. I think that's pretty fascinating, given what happened.
Yeah, we can talk about that, but really quick,
Happy
shout out
belated
to
birthday.
Anthony James. Got a bounce early, fellas. Great stuff. Fight on. Your boy turned 39. Happy birthday, Anthony.
Later, bro.
Go enjoy the rest of your night. Have a good weekend. Really appreciate you always showing up for the show. So appreciate it. But yeah, we can definitely talk about it. How this is a USC show, but as fans, we've just grown to hate Oregon fans or just Oregon in general. Like they've done nothing and they are nothing, but it's hilarious that they recruit since we actually got our NIL competitive and just dominant at this point. Oregon can't even buy a player anymore. Like they tried doing that with Richard Wesley, and that didn't go well with his family. He committed after jumping into a pool in his underwear with Dan Lanning, and now he's not jumping into any pools anytime soon because he's committed to Texas, and he's 1,000% committed. And all Oregon fans are like, "Oh my God, he's getting the bag." Well, no duh. Like that's college football right now. Like, are you that delusional? Yes, you are. You are that delusional to think that you guys aren't doing that. Like, is it the tariffs that's hurting your head at this point? Because right now, you guys only have maybe 3 commits in 2025 for the 2026 class. Like, you guys are down bad. And this is supposed to be the summer of Dan Lanning. Like, what's going on in the summer? I don't get it. Is a heat stroke getting to him?
Yeah, I just find it funny, right? That he committed with the whole situation with the pool. He commits after because the dad wasn't there or the family really wasn't there. Announces an official visit with Oregon, so the fans are all happy again. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna get him. There was good things after the official visit, which is pretty much you always hear with every recruit after an official visit. And the team that pretty much was the team to watch was Texas, right? And so he goes to Texas and then commits. So and then after when he commits, the fans are like, oh, like that the guy's got dad issues or just wants to talk crap all of a sudden after they felt like he was theirs to lose basically. So
his dad
it's just funny how easy they move the needle, move the post, I should say.
I wonder how many Oregon fans have actually seen our show. Because
that's a good question.
If
I feel like we've had one in here. I feel like we had one in here recently. I remember some comment.
Yeah, probably.
I remember a comment.
Caleb or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they definitely catch the videos. I don't know about the lives, but they're all in our comments. Especially the one we did about Lanning being a hip. Yeah.
I would definitely like to see you guys in our chat.
Man.
As long as you come in peace, we'll be fine with you. Like, just don't talk that nonsense. Like, and then we'll be cordial towards you. Just like I can't remember his name, but he was our residential Ohio State fan. I haven't seen him in forever.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Jordan, man. But
Jordan, there you go. Jordan, where are you at? Like, you guys just had some good wins on the recruiting trail, except for one just recently. Sorry about that, but yeah, when it comes to Oregon, it's just their beat writers are just, I don't know where in their head they feel like, because they think they're in the front running for Jalen Law, which like everyone's been putting predictions for USC, right? Like didn't Fong Mom just do a prediction to USC?
Yep.
Was it okay? So
Yeah.
I don't know. J Hop or Justin Hopkins and the Max Torres, like who are you guys' sources at this point? Because right now you guys are getting played with each and every one of these recruits. But of course they're going to flex their muscle because for their we got a special guest here. We got Mr. Ken. How's it going, Ken?
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank God this works through the car play. I was a little concerned for a second.
What's going on, Ken?
Not much, man. Just got off of work. Figured I'd do my mandatory once every 5-month drop in and just see how it's going.
I'm glad you stick to your mandatory few months every once in a while, but Tyler, I can't speak for him.
Hey, man. Can't all be as good as me. I don't know what you want.
Exactly. At least we have you here, and since Raul couldn't make it.
Well, I'm sorry to bring down the average height of the show, but here I am.
It's okay.
Well, we were just talking about your favorite topic. Oregon losing Richard Wesley. So, what's your thoughts?
I mean, like any USC fan, man, I'm very ecstatic with what's going up on there. All the head-to-head battles we're currently winning. I'll be honest though, I'm a little confused just because of how well they've done in SoCal the last couple of years, and I mean, I'm not even trying to talk crap. I'm just like, did Phil Knight just give up, or like I really just wanted to know what's going on because it's just kind of weird what's happening, 13-1 season, Rose Bowl. I mean, I get getting destroyed by Ohio State, but I mean, at the end of the day, you won the Big Ten, and all of a sudden, all of your top-tier targets are leaving. You're losing out against us. I'm just like, obviously, I'm ecstatic about it. That's just I don't understand how you have that kind of season and you just are just getting killed in recruiting.
Yeah. Well, we did mention that before it could have been the situation with what happened with Mater Dei and St. John Bosco, where they were paying the coaches or so, and then also Nico Iamaleava, the whole situation with Dan Lannon, that could have hurt him and his connection with the Polynesian culture, the community. So,
I mean, honestly, man, it's just been hilarious to see Oregon fans complain about NIL. Cry harder. It just makes me laugh that all of a sudden NIL is unfair when we're in the ballpark and at the moment exceeding them. It's just funny. It's funny how that works out. You want to, hey, yeah, we're paying all these high school players, like it's cool, but then, oh wow, USC's doing it. Oh, hey, we should get this fixed. This isn't cool anymore. Shut up.
Exactly. Like they like it when it's in their favor, but then when it works for us, they hate it. And the fact that they can't even recruit in California anymore. Like, do they have any California recruits? Like maybe they have like 2 or 3, but
I think they have 2. I know they have the linebacker, and then they have an edge from St. John Bosco.
Yeah,
so I think 2.
Who they have? So,
and the thing is, man, is like no USC fan has. Okay, we hated the bag they could drop, but I think 90% of this fan base understood. Hey, it's just the way things are. I don't know about y'all. I was more jealous of the bag drop just because we weren't competing with it. I don't care about playing high school players. That's how it is nowadays. Like, all right, cool. You got the bigger bag. Good for you. I just wanted us to have the bag to compete.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
So they do have edge from St. John Bosco, and then they have a linebacker from Ventura. So, but yeah, no. When it came to that, I don't know how I think I was a little mad that it was just a bag that these players are going after. at one point because I was just thinking to myself, oh, we're USC, like we have the tradition, but I wasn't fully acclimated to the point that this is NIL. This is how it's going to be forever at this point until they decide to make any changes to it. So I was just not used to it. That drop in the bag is kind of what you need to do sometimes. But now the fact that we're embracing it and we have a GM that's going to do what we need for us to be able to compete in the NIL space, I'm acclimated to the NIL era at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kristen, yeah, you're absolutely right. Oregon said they're spending money on portal and transfers and high school players, not the focus going forward. Which, if that's the situation, then I don't see how they're going to get any high school recruits. If that's well known that they're not going to spend their NIL on high school recruits, I'm sure recruits are not going to be happy.
That too. I was just telling the guys earlier, man, that it's going to be very telling the first portal opening next year. See what Oregon does. They're getting outbid and everything, and we know that it's dried up over there.
Exactly, and I'm sure if there's a recruit that we absolutely, or not a recruit, but a transfer portal guy that we absolutely want, and they want it, they want that player too. I wouldn't be surprised if we could beat them out for that player too.
Yeah, I just don't see how it's successful going the portal route with the new rules, right? With the new settlement, you're gonna have to pay for the buyout so they can get out of the contract, which goes against the cap. And then you got to pay the kid, which goes against your cap. Like, it just seems like you're getting double dinged for something that you could have easily just paid for a high school kid. Develop the kid. Obviously, you guys can't do that, but try to, and then see what happens. But yeah, I especially with the new rules, I just don't see how that it's going to be successful. But we'll see.
Guns preaching over here.
But yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting because the past two national championship winning teams have all been recruited from high school and having all these guys play together for 3 years or so, and they're cohesive. And sure, they'll go into the transfer portal for their absolute needs, but then other than that, they're all developing their own players, and Oregon hasn't been doing that. They just keep relying on the transfer portal when there's no real cohesiveness, and we saw that when it came to Oregon at the very beginning of the year. They almost lost to Boise State. Granted, they were a playoff caliber team, but they were struggling with a lot of teams early on. It's because a majority of their team was transfer portal guys, and they were still learning how to play together. But when you have guys that have been playing together for 3 years, they know how each player works. They know they're very connected to each other. They're hanging out daily. But when you have to try to create a relationship within 3 months, it's kind of hard to keep to be able to start off strong.
I'm kind of starting to wonder if their portal tactics are kind of starting to go against them. I mean, at some point, like, these high school kids have to realize, like, you're going to go there and get recruited over in the portal.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there's no evidence to say otherwise. I mean, we see that's been the case.
And, I've seen... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, I've seen plenty of Oregon fans, try to compare the transfers that they've had compared to us. The difference is a majority of our transfers came in the first couple of years where we had a Clay Helton roster that we were trying to overturn.
Yeah.
That is completely different. Who was their coach before this? Cristobal. I mean, say what you want about him. I know they're jaded because he left, but let's not act like that dude didn't leave a super talented roster up there.
Absolutely.
So, don't try to compare transfer portals when ours was out of necessity and you're just trying to poach people left and right. Like, come on. There's no comparison, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wearing cardinal colored glasses, but yeah, at some point as a high school kid, you got to realize you're going to go up there and you're going to either hit the portal or ride the bench, unless you're a Mateo type of guy or a Connerly.
Yeah, you better be good enough to start day one. If you're not, then you may not have a position because they'll probably look for it in the transfer portal.
Yep.
So they're definitely not gonna. They're gonna know. They're gonna find out real quick that this is not gonna be the way to go. And hey, I don't care. They can find out 5 years from now. Not gonna. I'm gonna sleep perfectly fine because we're gonna be in the national championship hunt, and they're just gonna continue to falter. And their NIL is not going to be that great because Nike, sure, it's great, but we all know where their shoes are being made, and we all know what's going on with that. So. Keep saying.
Oh, man.
Shout outs to James Booker, USC all day. I'm pretty sure, yeah, definitely USC all day. Shout outs to the 55 people that are in the chat right now. If you're on Twitter, come to the YouTube channel real quick. Hit that like button, then go back to Twitter. You can watch it all from there. That's fine, but just hit that like button. But if you guys, I'll put it in the chat one more time, and if not, then we might call it a show from here. But if you want to join the chat, maybe ask us some questions, anything about recruiting or anything like that, just let us know. But yeah, we'll probably start diving into fall camp, position battles, and other than that, yeah.
Yeah. So while we're waiting, man.
And do you have anything else on your mind or anything like that regarding USC?
I think it'd be a perfect time to plug your chains, BC. See, I went and grabbed mine.
Oh, yeah. Oh, if Raul was here, he would have a chain because his was supposed to show up today.
Oh, really?
Raul's not here for that, but yeah, definitely get a chain online, and yeah, I guess I can drop the link for that as well. But
that's right.
I have some stuff cooking, so be on the lookout for that. And who knows? Maybe I'll drop it soon. But
we have a celebrity in our midst now.
If it goes where it's supposed to go, then I'll be pretty hyped about it. But be on the lookout. Oh,
how y'all doing?
What's going on?
I got a question. I'm from DC. I'm a USC fan. Been a USC fan since '92. With Ricky Irvins was the running back for the Redskins, for the Commanders. I want to know what the O-line looking like.
So B. Jones, he was at the spring preview. So you got any updates about the line for him?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's still like the gelling, but I see no drop off, man. I think that right guard, that right tackle battle will probably go into the season. You know, just Justin T looks good, and so does Tobias Raymond, man. So we might see that one go all the way into the season. But you know, it's just good to have, just to know that we have quality backups on the offensive line, man. So yeah, I would say the O-line's looking good, man. We're looking pretty solid in the trenches overall, man. It's something that we haven't seen in some years. So.
And I think Zach Hansen is definitely going to do a lot better job at getting the offensive line ready. And there was talks that he was the one that took over in the second half of the season, which throughout that second half, our offensive line was gelling. We were moving the ball. And so I really think that it's probably going to be an underrated position group for USC. Because it's kind of being overshadowed by the defensive line that we have, along with the linebackers and the DBs. But I wouldn't be surprised if with the running backs that we have, we will run the ball a lot more. So I'm pretty optimistic about our offensive line as it is right now, even though we lost Emmanuel Bregman.
Okay, thank you.
I think the only.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Go
ahead, Ken.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I think the only question mark with the O-line, it's not a matter of talent at this point. I think it's just how fast they gel together, which, thank God, the first, as of right now, the first couple of games are, like, basically cupcakes, which, by that week 4 game, they definitely need to come together. And I only say that. I know Raymond got some time a little bit, but, at the end of the day, you're still replacing your starting center, your starting left guard, and your starting right tackle. All 3 of them have experience, but how fast are they going to gel together? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how talented they are. Can they communicate? So
Exactly.
I wouldn't worry about the talent. They just need to come together very, very quickly before I think Michigan comes, or do I have the schedule backwards a little bit?
No,
I'd say
Michigan
Illinois.
or Illinois.
Illinois, yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Sorry. Yeah, before that Illinois game, we need to have some things figured out as far as the continuity across the line. They're talented, but they need to gel really, really fast before that Illinois game.
Yep. And also, man, we have a true center for the first time in how long, man? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, not a converted center, man, an actual center who's been playing the position. So we'll see the difference that makes.
All right, fight on.
I
All
don't
right,
know.
man.
Kristen, you haven't gotten your chain yet? I mean,
Oh,
have you checked the tracking number? If not, I can always send you another one. It's fine, but it should be showing up in the mail.
Kristen, everyone else, we ask that you take all complaints to Raul Flores.
Is Raul BC's secretary now, or did I miss something?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wait, my wife just checked the mail. I have my chain. I'm officially
Come on, Chris.
You made me nervous there, my guy.
Yes, sir.
Hey, BC, how much is this secretary job paying?
Secretary job. Okay.
I mean, I'll dude, whatever you're paying Raul, I'll take half. I don't care.
Wait. Hold up, Chris. I don't know if we're gonna be called the chain gang, bro. I don't know if I'm cool with that one.
I mean, I don't know what else to call us, but whoever has a chain. But Raul, did you get your chain yet? But also going back to that question about the offensive line, though, I do feel the fact that that we didn't go hard in the transfer portal. I think that kind of speaks to where our offense or our coaches feel our offensive line is at this point. I think they feel confident that with these next few games they'll be fine. But I just think that I think they're happy with how they're gelling at this point. And Raul got the chain as well. So if you were here, you could show that off. But we'll just have to deal with it over here. But yeah, and Tora, I will get your chain out here as soon as possible. I'm pretty sure sometime tomorrow. Just got to get the whole shipping to London down, and then we'll go from there. So if you're in any other countries that can try to ship out there, we just got to toss some logistics in that situation. But yeah, what were you going to say, Ken?
I was going to say Blackie Chan going international.
I mean, we're USC fans are everywhere, so if I can get it there, I'll try. So,
yep, global brand.
All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we head out?
Get those memberships, man. College Football 26 will be coming out soon.
Oh yeah, that is true. College Football 26 is coming out, and we're already trying to get what's called our positions down. Kristen, of course you're going to be the kicker, and maybe I might switch from linebacker this time. We'll see.
Hey Guns, are you bringing the Centurions back, or what's going on with that?
We've kind of been talking offline. Maybe we'll change the name. I think it's fair to say we'll definitely be Cal something, maybe Cal Southern still. But yeah, it sounds like maybe we'll change that name. Okay. But yeah, pretty much the next month we'll be taking some time on the stream just to make sure everyone's got their their positions, and if we need to negotiate, we'll use some of that time on here. If you're not on the social medias like Kristen, but he's our kicker, so I mean it's already set there. But
Yeah.
he's just an example to use.
If you become a member during the stream, let us know in the stream what position you want to be at, what number you want to be at, and then we'll go ahead and get you in there. And every time we play a game, Guns always posts all the stats for each player, and I'm sure he'll try to figure out how to do that for, like, if you're becoming an offensive lineman or something like that.
That's a good question for offensive lineman. I didn't really think
Carl,
about that.
you missed the show and Ken shows up.
Guess I'll just mention their snap count or something. I don't know.
Snap count, yeah. Or
I mean, actually, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they mentioned if you give up a sack. So we'll have to call them out. We'll have to call them out if you give up sacks.
0 sacks given up. That'd be good. You could be an All-American offensive lineman. That'd be good.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I don't want to hear Tyler complaining about my blocking all season, so I'm probably going to make my dude like 6'4", 200 pounds. Just because God screwed me in my height in real life doesn't mean I have to do it in a video game.
To be fair, man, you did make it kind of difficult to run outside, man.
Let's see.
Wait, what'd you say?
So to be fair, you did make it kind of difficult to run outside.
I mean, look, man, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna shoot myself up like to 6'4", 200 pounds. Tyler, you're welcome. Stop complaining about my run blocking. It should be a little better.
No, I think it would be cool to have a 5'7" offensive lineman and be an All-American lineman.
Oh my God.
Oh jeez.
That'd be great.
5'7", man.
Raul says you're a Marine. They can't hold you down.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, hey, dude, I weigh like 150 pounds. I ain't squaring up like B. Jones or anything.
But solid
anytime
muscle,
soon.
right?
I really hope so at this point, man. 31's kind of rough.
All right. I think we're going to call it quits here, and we'll let you know if we're going to show up for next this current or this Wednesday or so. It really all depends on where we're at, and hopefully maybe we can have an interview coming up here pretty soon. So we'll keep you updated. Follow the Light the Torch podcast, Twitter or Instagram, wherever you get your information from us. We'll let you know if we have an interview coming up. But go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, guys, keep the torch burning bright. Right on.
Right on.